Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video. I wanted to preface this by saying that I know that I took a hiatus from podcasting. I was initially looking forward to capturing the recovery of my surgery, and unfortunately, I did suffer a slight side effect of the surgery. And it seems that my ulnar nerve in my elbow possibly was nicked, damaged. Um, I had some nerve testing, and so I failed that nerve testing. And so we're just going to see what happens. But it honestly took an emotional and mental aspect of things. And then it kind of snowballed into I was helping out some friends and I was visiting, and life just got busy. And I had every intention of making a video and didn't. So here I am traveling back home, and I thought, what better time than this? So currently, I am going to be doing some videos that have to do with medical things that I have experienced and just sharing them for others, to help them on their journey, in all honesty. And then on a separate side of things, I'm going to have videos of just things that I'm going through in life in general. I've struggled with this since I ever thought about the concept of doing podcasting, and that is to be my authentic self. And honestly, not coming from a pride standpoint, but coming from the standpoint of just realizing things are the way they are. I mean, it is what it is, right? I go through a lot of different experiences with a lot of different people, various backgrounds. And I say this because I've always wanted to have conversations with them of how they've overcome things to not only help other people connect, but to help empower them to know that what they went through could possibly affect someone else, which is, again, the whole reason I'm doing this podcast. But I was always nervous that by being my authentic self, that people who needed medical opinions or experiences, that they wouldn't really mesh with maybe my personality. And then I wouldn't be able to really help people because maybe I would offend them, or maybe they wouldn't like the way that I handled another situation. But after much consideration, I realized I just have to do, in a sense, two different type of videos for now. Maybe at some point I'll just have one. But for right now, my comfortability level, I'm just going to have two separate videos. So I'm going to do Medical Mondays. And when I post those videos, that'll have to do with like just medical experiences. Like I do want to do one about the nerve test. Um, that was horrific. They were totally right when they said it was painful. It is so painful. And so I want to do a video about that, and I want to share that information. And I want to talk about how my recovery is going with my surgery. But then there's also aspects of my life that I feel I need to share because I've gone through them. And by going through them and sharing it, it makes me feel a lot better about having gone through them. So I'm going to start doing some videos on that. And like I said, the idea of doing a shared strength, which, might just be me talking to a friend, a coworker, anyone potentially, to share their story or share something they've learned. Because, on this last trip that I did, I visited a friend and she's having trouble with her teenage kid. And I've got another friend up by me who's having problems with her teenage kid. And I don't have kids, but I can observe both moms trying to do the same thing and their kids acting the same way. And so I was like, hey, would you be open if I shared your number? I know somebody who you might be able to talk to. And in essence, like have a support group with. And it's funny because like I'm not on social media at all. I don't have Facebook account, anything like that. But my thought was, if you did have that account, you would be joining like support groups, and maybe it's just not out there. And so, why not create a platform ish of talking with people and having them share their stories to other people who are coming here just to get some perspective on things. And I want to continue to learn also as well. And am I going to mess this up? Like, I will definitely mess this up, but I can only just be my honest self and I have to express that. And so I'm just going to preface by saying, like, I'm not trying to treat, diagnose, tell you what to do. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. Like, I'm just trying to share some things that I hope would benefit you because, like I said before, when you go through something that's very emotional for you, and that array could mean a lot of things for a lot of people, right? But it affects you and it changes your life. And whatever that is for you can sometimes make you feel like you're the only one. And so my hope is whether it's the medical aspect things, whether it's some experiences I've gone through or some other people have gone through, I hope that you get something from these videos and at the very least, maybe get a laugh out of what happens because everybody I've encountered on this trip I've been on for a couple weeks, but probably if I consider the journey of life so far, everybody who's gone through something always says, you've got to laugh. Like, if you can't find the humor in it, like, don't lose that. Like, I've been in the infusion centers. I've been to all kinds of different places with all kinds of different testing and all kinds of different surgeries. And whether it's nurses, doctors, patients, caregivers, um, the people who, clean the hospital, the common thing that we always talk about is you've got to keep the humor. So, that being said, I'm going to continue working on some videos and I will be posting those shortly. And if you have any comments at all, feel free to share. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for checking this out. Bye.